Ma. 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 Again? Ma. Mama. Mama. Wake up. Come on. What are you doing, Ma?
Hey, man.
Come on. Shh, before you wake up, Nessa. Come on, Ma. Stop. Come on, Ma. Get up, Mama. What are you doing? Oh, nothing, Ness, nothing. She's just not feeling so good. That's it, baby girl. She just ate some bad food, okay? I know you do. You don't want to get sick too, though, do you?
No.
All right, go back out there. I'll be right back, okay?
I'm worried about you. I've seen you losing weight. Mom has seen you losing weight. Your friends have. But no one wants to say anything.
I don't have time for this. I have to pack.
So you're still avoiding it. Why would you just talk to me? If something is wrong, just tell me.
Oh, you want to know what's wrong?
Yes.
That's fine. But everybody telling me what's wrong with me. I'm the gold medalist here. I'm the one who's training all the time. I'm the one in front of the media. Okay, if I say I'm fine, I'm fine.
Don't act like people are trying to hurt you. Everyone is trying to help you.
I think I know what's best for me. That's why I am who I am.
Look, if you just...
You kids just leave. Okay. Brian, just leave. Okay, I don't even want to look at you right now.
You know what? I'm done. I'm done trying to help you. Good luck doing everything on your own.
When the 911 call comes in,
Be advised, we're receiving multiple shootings.
the team at VCU's trauma unit knows they have just minutes
There's three victims.
to save a life.
And be advised, we just also got a call from MCV stating another male just drove up there at a location of a shot.
Leading the medical team is Dr. Michael Abutanos.
It is in this place. If you're going to survive, this is a place to be.
Current statistics show the rate of people killed by guns under the age of 25 living in Richmond exceeds both the state and national rates. And as of October, police say there have been 194 reported shootings compared to 157 this time last year. And at least 18 victims this year were underage. Of the 56 cases classified as homicides, so far 8 victims were 19 years old or younger. Police have said the homicide rate would be much higher if it wasn't for Dr. Abutanos and his team saving these lives.
We've seen them as young as 1 and 2 year old, the accidental ones, to the intentional ones, which have been as young as 8 to 10 years old.
In Richmond, you would call it an epidemic right now?
Oh, I think it's an epidemic, absolutely. I was always taught that the dead stay with you, and I have them all with me.
That includes a teenager who came in suffering from a gunshot wound about 7 years ago.
He was, and he's one of many that we see, came in and he had a severe injury in the leg, and we thought he was not going to walk again.
Dr. Abutanos says the teen lived, but he was sent back to the same neighborhood with very little follow-up.
Sure enough, he comes back 2 months afterward, and now he's shot in the belly.
Again, the teen survived, but a few months later,
The devastating part is seeing him when he came back the third time, and now he's shot in the head. And now I watch this kid die. And you stand there and you say, okay, we got to do something more than this. Yes, we have to be available when they're injured, but we got to reach out. We got to speak out. We got to say, hey, how can we prevent this?
programs were started at the hospital to tackle the issue of re-injury and re-victimization. It included counseling services, intervention, and connecting the young person to other programs that could keep them on the right track. The medical center found the school system and police department shared the same frustrations with the cycle of violence in our city. But there were other issues.
There's so many different programs that are excellent here in Richmond City, but we never talk to each other. We've never collaborated. We've actually competed for resources with each other.
That's when the medical center and Richmond Police partnered up to create RVA Alternative Pathways.
It's not a program. It's not about an individual project. It's actually a network. It's a collaborative approach where we share services, sharing resources, we share data regarding the youth and what the youth need.
Richmond Police Captain Daniel Minton says it can change the way these young people are getting help.
They can look into a central database, see the history of this child, and continue to work with that child so they're not getting lost in the system and becoming part of the system ultimately.
It may just look like two friends playing a video game.
Give me that. Oh.
But a session of Madden is actually what brought social worker Aude Mason and teenager Elijah Johnson together.
Give me that. Oh.
The first face-off was in a hospital room at VCU.
This is how we met. I walked in the room, and like I said, he had just kicked a social worker out of the room. And so when I walked in, I didn't want to just talk to him straight about the program.
The program called Bridging the Gap was supposed to help Elijah in his recovery. That's because the Huguenot High senior had just survived being shot 7 times.
The shot right here in the shoulder, went out through the back, I believe.
So far, police say 18 people underage have been shot in Richmond. Elijah survived to tell his story. Multiple scars now cover this young man's body. He says it happened as he was trying to protect his girlfriend's grandmother.
Then I walked out the door and I looked to my right and I seen the dude had her at gunpoint. So I just ran in there and just put my life on the line and started fighting the dude.
Elijah says 2 men fired their guns at him and remembers each bullet piercing his body.
I was shot once in the arm, first he shot me in the shoulder. Then I felt the shoulder one. I was like, did I just get shot? Then I got shot in the middle of my chest. Then I was like, I think I'm gonna die.
Even after that, the gunfire didn't stop.
I seen my arm was like snapped in half from the bullet. So I thought I was gonna lose my arm, to be honest with you. That's how bad it really was. And I was just sitting in the pool of my own blood.
Elijah was rushed to VCU Medical Center. The trauma team saved his life, but the teenager, who was once a standout athlete,
I had like offers from schools, and I got shot on Saturday.
had to learn how to walk again. His dreams of playing ball or even joining the army shattered. And on top of the physical injuries, there was the mental trauma as well.
I used to have dreams of getting killed and everything. Like, it wasn't good.
That's why social workers like Mason encourage Elijah to sign up for the program Bridging the Gap. It's intensive case management a person can volunteer for, and it's specifically designed for young people who have survived violent injuries.
Unfortunately, some of them normalize the trauma and say it's just an everyday occurrence in their neighborhood. And unfortunately, they don't realize that it is a traumatic experience.
And there are other programs victims can choose to be a part of with the hope it breaks the cycle of violence. Extra reinforcement is also coming from a new network called RVA Alternative Pathways, a partnership between VCU Medical Center and police to establish a central database that shares resources, information, and data on victims like Elijah.
Having those connections, it makes it easier to make the referrals, and it cuts through some of the red tape.
It's been 8 months since the shooting, and Elijah is trying to move on with his life.
Because I don't blame the dude that came and shot me.
A cycle of violence this young man wants no part of.
I think about my family more than anything. I knew if I would have retaliated, I would put my family in danger. You know, that's just like a non-stop beef. So I just put it to the dirt.
Elijah is back in school and is studying to become, of all things, a nurse. And he wants to work in the trauma center.
At this point, I feel like somebody can help me. Why not have the chance to help somebody else, you know?